Hey guys, replay from 41shots in the E-50 on Live Folks. You've seen him before in some of my replays. Um, well, he has a nice match in this game. He's going to the city, and for now he's driving towards the construction site. Place I also like to go to if I spawn north. And there's not many tanks going that way, by the way. There's only IS-8 and 12T in himself, so it looks kinda shitty. And at the moment he's being spotted by T21, who's going really aggressive, so at this point for the enemy team it should be really easy, because they would see two tanks in the construction site, and I mean the T21 probably spotted almost all their tanks in the enemy base, in the base of 41shots. So then it's a really easy conclusion to just go and push really hard in the city, because no one's there. But well, from the position he is in, he can just shoot some of those crossing targets. I like the position as well a lot. And there's only 4 tier 9s each side, and 41shots is one of them with this E-50. And then the tank is really great. He shot a house instead of the tiger. Bit weird, but he didn't have enough pen to hit him. And you might notice something that I found very difficult at first when I played the E-50, is that when you go forward and backwards, the gun is like going up and down a lot, which makes it pretty hard to get in some good shots if you're stopping around the corner, for example. Something you need to be aware of. Other than that, I found it a really great tank. But it's been a while since I last played it, because I played the E-50 when back then there was no E-50M, so there was a time when there were tier 8 RTs maximum and tier 9 mediums. But that's like lots of patches ago. At the moment, 41shots is doing really well. He had some most of his shots were at the Tiger, but also on the E75. He already managed to deal 3.4k damage, which is quite a lot, because the enemy has loads and loads of tanks alive. Trying to help his teammates, he's gonna kill the Super Pershing. And now there's only this T-32, a King Tiger that's not spotted, and that's it, really. His team is pushing really well over the railroads, but there's 2 tier 8s holding them back. I'm sure that the 704 is somewhere at the DE line, at those ridges. So you should be careful and let this IS-8 buddy from his team go forward, because that one needs to do some spotting and do the initial push. If that is successful, then 41shots can just join in together with the 5120, finish off the T-32 King Tiger, and then move on. But there's not much movement at the moment, apart from 41shots doing some nice spots. Prototype and the T25 AT T95 helps them. The T28 is down. Isaac is finally attacking, but he cannot do it alone, so 41shots has to step in. He's killing the King Tiger. As you can see, he's already at 5.3k damage, guys, and 3 kills is quite a lot. Maybe the T32 can be added to his list as well, but he leaves him with 26 HP, which is a shame. It's still lots of damage. He's still kinda playing it safe because there's this 704 and he hasn't been spotted. So the 704 must be somewhere at E or D1. And there he is, just like I said, where he would be. It's also what 41shots initially thought. He was right. So the 5120 and the IS-8 are down, but there's still an IS in the city, and he knows that T25 AT is frontable. That's the one that is a 2-shot, maybe a high roll 1-shot. Well, the 704 cannot really be approached from just frontally. It's kinda a careful shot. And I had blindsided the VK, but VK was lucky enough to not get hit. The T25 AT is gone, so now the way is kinda opened for the 1-shots to maybe harass any arties that he can spot or deal with the 704. He's trying to take some shots at the IS-8 and VK, which are hittable for him right now. But also the arties up. But that one got away. So IS-8 it is. And unfortunately VK is already around the corner of the house, so he will not be able to shoot that one. And there's only one tank advantage, with the IS being 1-shot. Really, they're not really in great shape. But some luck, and the Batchet already is killed. And again, a little bit of luck. The 704 had just average roll, but while getting hit, 41shots also hit it, the 704, and he then manages to bounce a shot of the 704, which is just meaning that he can get this victory. So the 704 is being taken care of. VK is somewhere in the bottom, and the target P is in the ditch. But how to approach this RT when the PK is somewhere in the south? He's probably luring somewhere there. Trying to get a different angle and see if he can spot the PK. So far he isn't spotting anything. Fortunately RT is not moving either, his RT. And they're not planning to, seems like it. That is just the average RT player in Wolf Tanks right now. And there's the VK. didn't get spotted, but he spotted the VK, and it's kind of sad to see that there's yet no RT on him. Manages to have a shot unaimed at the VK, and he bounces his shot. Really lucky here, because he was going backwards and the VK hit him on the upper front plate. So if it had been a few millimeters lower, then he would have been penetrated through the lower front plate. So VK knows where he is, and the chances are slim that he can get away. So he's trying to do it. And he's trying to go around this VK. It's not bad, but considering that RT is not shooting, I would have gone in a position at the construction site. Reason is that from there he would be able to do some sniping shots at the VK when he pops out. And 41shots seems to have a little bit of camo. So driving away, he's not getting spotted yet by the VK, but he's coming close, and he drives just towards his target P and misses his shot. But the problem here is that he was driving towards the target P, and if the target P then turns to the left, it's really easy. Turning to the right would have been a trouble, because he was coming from the right side. However, that wouldn't have been possible for 41shots, because then he would have to drive up the hill, making him slower and exposing himself to the VKB. But well, as you might guess, this was a loss, because the RTs aren't doing anything. So let's take a look at the match scores. It was a defeat, like I said. It was a mastery tanker worthy match, with also high caliber and a tank Top Gun medal for 41shots. Single experience of 3193, but my guess is there's also an experience bonus in this video. So let's take a look at the team score. Well, he did 9,028 damage, which is by far the most. IS-8 and 5120 did both somewhat above the 2,000, and together with the Tiger that did 1,610, they did not get enough damage together to have enough or meet the same damage that 41shots did. If you add the whole team up, it's still not enough. It's amazing. So 9,000 damage by far, and 6 kills with a base experience of 1,774. It's just really sad to see, especially that there's only a couple of tanks in the enemy team that did above 2,000. One of which a tier 7 tank destroyer. So yeah, really sad to see. Let's take a look at the personal score. So the personal score: 33 shots fired with 27 direct hits. So he missed a couple of shots, but he also did a blind shot, at least one. 26 penetrations, really nice. But this tank has pretty nice penetrating AP shells. He received 17 shots, which is good for a potential damage of 7,910. It's a crap load, but that's just possible with the E-50 and also the E-50M. It's just possible to tank that much of damage. Well, he damaged 11 enemies and he also destroyed 6, so he almost had Confederate plus Top Gun. Still, with premium he did a 2661 experience game, which is crap load. And well, even though it was lost, it was a really good game.